Well, here we are joining in on a conversation between Joseph and the apprentice angel, Clarence, who has been assigned to the case of George Bailey. Will George Bailey regain his hope, his faith, his belief that Covenant is a wonderful church? We shall see.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I remember an inner city neighborhood, good, hardworking people in difficult circumstances. We really wanted to make a difference. By golly, we worked in and supported the community center there. I just don't know. Did we make a difference?
Hey, Clarence, in order to help George Bailey, it might be good for you to learn a little about Covenant. I've got to tell you, Clarence, sparks are flying down there at Covenant. Let's listen in on what's going on right now.
Where are we? What are we looking in on, Joseph?
We're looking in on some of the places Covenant has served others, Clarence. Shh. Right now, we're at the Presbyterian Community Center. Watch, Clarence, watch and listen.
The Presbyterian Community Center, people are waiting for assistance.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Smith. How are you doing today? How can we help you?
Well, I've never had to ask this before, but I need some help. I am working 2 jobs and my husband has been as well, but he found out yesterday that the restaurant where he works is shutting down. They are no longer in business. We have crunched and crunched the numbers, and we're worried, very worried, that we won't be able to feed our children by the end of the month. We live on a very tight budget. Somebody told me that the Presbyterian Community Center might be able to help. I hate to ask, but I have nowhere else to turn.
Don't worry about anything, Mrs. Smith. These things happen to people all the time. I'm so sorry you're struggling. Thanks to churches in our area, we have enough food to offer you and your family, food enough throughout the month. In fact, we just got a big donation, some food and money from a church called Covenant Presbyterian. The youth went on a trick and treating program this year so that others could eat, and they collected food donations. The congregation, feeling blessed, offered us also a donation of $10,000 to use for things like this, to assist people who have hit some hard times in life. Don't worry, Miss Smith. We can help you because of the generosity of others.
And now look, here's a young mother who approaches the PCC worker.
Ma'am, I need some help too. I heard you guys offer school, after school care for kids, and that you have tutors to help them study. My boy Daryl, he's just doing real bad in school. He's trying, but especially math, he just has a hard time. But he loves school. But I have a full-time job, and I have no one to take care of him after school. My neighbor says you have a programs that can help Daryl and help me keep my job so I can work. I can't lose my job. I'm the only parent in the house.
Oh, yes. We can do some programs that can help you. Our tutors are volunteers from local churches. I'd like for you to meet Mr. Wheeler from Covenant Presbyterian. He has been helping boys like Daryl for several years now. Jack, come meet Daryl and his mom.
Meanwhile, back in heaven,
So, Clarence, you can see how Covenant is sharing sparks of comfort and peace around the Roanoke Valley.
You're right, Joseph. Covenant is letting the sparks fly. I can't wait to see more. This is great stuff.
and now back in Roanoke,
Yes. Yes. I just remembered some really dedicated people at Covenant whose hearts were for serving our brothers and sisters in underprivileged countries. Why, we had doctors and nurses and teachers and leaders. They made trips to Malawi and Guatemala. They did. That's right. They made those trips to provide physical and spiritual and economic support. But it all seems so long ago. I just can't help but wonder. Did our efforts, did they really make a difference? I mean, really, did we make a difference? I just don't know. I don't know.
let's take a look to see if George is right to question. Here we are in a garden in Malawi.
Daughter, our covenant friends taught me how to protect our garden from rabbits. Look here.
Yes, Dad, but more than that, the generous people from Covenant paid for the installation of a well that gives good water to meet all of our needs. I don't have to walk for miles and miles carrying baskets of water from the river. And this means all the girls like me and our mothers, all the daughters, all of our sisters can be safe. We are so blessed with clean water that we can get to easily.
God bless those people in Roanoke. Without those kind people, it is likely that many of our village would have suffered or even died from that dirty water. We should thank the one God for Covenant Presbyterian Church that has given so much to help us.
Meanwhile, up in heaven,
Clarence, you might also want to take notes on this. Sparks around the world. Write that down, Clarence. Sparks. They seem to be flying.
Oh my goodness, Joseph. Wow, sir. I have lots of material to work with George. In his frustrations, in his loneliness, in his longing for the norm. He must have forgotten all those things. Don't you worry. I'm going to earn my wings. I just think he needs a little reminding.